Ashe Racquel. I hope you can hear me through the headset. If not, I will have to pre-record this or figure out a way to record it. But actually, I should test it first. So we're just gonna go with it. It should. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'll speak loud. So your pre-recorded or your pre-downloaded message, excuse me, was what needs mending. That's the energy that I got for you. So another thing that came out was like the inner sacrum. I don't know what that means for you, but it's like doing some sort of inner healing, inner mending is the energy I get. Or I don't know if that's like what you're seeking from this message. That's the message I have for you. Shit. So just be is your first card out with oats. So this tells me possibly in the morning or whenever you find time. I don't know if you like smoothies or things like that, but start incorporating oats into your meals. So you can do it like for breakfast, start making oat bars, things of that nature. But that'll be important for grounding. And you see too how there's balance in the stones. So I think it's going to help you provide balance as well and practice like the mindfulness of just being, just being in the moment and not expecting anything from it. So it says let magic in. That's the next card. Vervain is the herb, the purple flower. I see a lot of crown energy with that. So it's like your beliefs are a big part of what's taking place. It's almost like if you believe things happen, they will. If you believe they can't happen, they won't. That kind of energy. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the self-doubt and working on possibly showing yourself more love, more forgiveness, more unconditional love, healing, things of that nature. Spending time with self and just being in the moment, feeling your body, feeling like, you know, even how the air touches your skin, things of that nature. Feel the sunlight, feel as much as you can in your experience to start like honing in on what it is that you need to heal is the energy. So spirit into matter. And look at the flow of that. Once you start letting matter, or once you start letting things in, spirit changes to matter. I'm telling you, this is like crown energy. Your so that's basically your downloads, the energy that you're receiving from the universe, the ethers, ancestors, things of that nature. So you'll start to actually manifest things, and not just manifest them, but bring them into reality, into the 3D. So that's awesome. Release rigidity is here. So that's like the need to control things. I know you're an Aries, so that's like part of your nature, but it's allowing things to happen so that you can just be. You can just let it be. You can let things go. And that in itself will bring healing. So that's the first deck. Now we're going to move into the situations and love deck, love oracles. And I'll clarify them with the African American Tarot. And then I do have Astro cards too that I'll pull. Matter of fact, I might start with the Astro, but let's see what the situational deck stuff, since it's in my hand. That was a lot of cards, but I'll take them. Bottom of the deck is mirror. So I see the energy of mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. A lot of inner work is coming out. And I feel like it's mirroring itself in your partner, in love relationships, with career. Like it's almost like things can push you to a point of you having to grow or adjust to it, and it's an uncomfortability and being in those kind of situations, but it's for your like for you to move on, for you to mature, for you to get to the next phase of like not having to repeat certain cycles. And it's almost like it reminds me of something that's like under the skin, or like an irritant, like you know how I don't know an analogy for this, but it's giving me like the feeling of like something right before it pops out of the dirt, let's say, like soil, like how much strength it's almost needed to pop out of the soil and actually see the sun and get the clarity that you need and the understanding. And it's like And it's really not until you pop out of that hard situation that you're going to understand even why you were in the situation to begin with. But you need it to grow. You needed the sunlight. You needed to come out of a space where you're in a dark place. You're not understanding like the process that you're going through. So I feel like, well, behind mirroring is death here. This may be coming out of some sort of trauma, some sort of hardship, that kind of thing. And then love is behind it. But I feel like that's its own story in itself. And I'm not going to go too far into the past here. But this is saying a relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform, what's dead is dead. So with love behind that, unconditional love, self-love, wholeness, affection and attraction, selflessness, I would say that you're transforming in a relationship, and it's like you guys are mirroring again the struggle, the lessons, it's almost hard to see somebody else go through things too, and you can't help them is the energy I'm getting here, because it's almost like somebody's missing maybe an old part of you, or the way you guys used to do things. Something changed. I feel like it might have been you, and it's the transformation that's required for like the next step. So let's talk about what that next step is. So this is a lot, but as I said, we'll go through all this. So I do show bottom of the deck here is backstabbing. So it says heartbreak, pain, separation and loss, deception, lies, and shocking attack. So again, I feel like you're coming out of that energy, but it's definitely here. I feel like that's the reflection. It's almost like you still have to come out of something to understand why you even went through this situation to begin with. Something painful, something that it may have come from like somebody close to you. But it's almost like a no looking back situation. You shouldn't be focusing on that any longer. It's like things happened and you have to allow them to be. And once you can accept that, I feel like you'll start making progress forward again to allow more stuff in. Maybe that's the problem too, because I'm seeing the sword now. You're thinking about something way too much. It's almost like you won't let something go. You won't let a feeling pass. You won't let a situation pass, and it's like stifling your progress. So maybe what did I start out by saying? Something with what needs to mend. I feel like a relationship with somebody is over, and there's no longer, you need to mend yourself. Like you need to maybe focus more on healing within than it is external to you. So I don't know what that's about, but that's a specific situation that I see coming out here. And it's like, if this happened and you've cried and you've accepted and you need to move on is the energy I'm getting, and figure out how you can do that in like a healthy way, you know, where you acknowledge your feelings, you acknowledge what you went through, you acknowledge even probably the other person's like purpose in the situation, and find a way to come to peace with it, you know, and not have it be something that continues to bother you or keep you in a loop of the past. So wedding ring is here. So union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. That's the next card out. Old school is here. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. This is what I'm talking about. This is that same backstabbing energy, and they both are black cards too, where I'm seeing like somebody, it's that same energy. Somebody can't get over something. We already just talked about it. We're not going to go there. So addiction is here with codependence, obsession, restraint, possession, control, and emotionally blocked. Again, that's all falling in line with that same energy. I hope you can hear me. These glasses are making noises. I hope they didn't cut off. All right, cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression, and arriving is here. So this is moving better to healthier relationships, I see. And then to finish it out with abundance. So positive mindset, manifest gratitude, bliss, and blessings. You have that here on the table. I feel like it may be really hard right now to manifest something in a relationship because you guys are mirroring each other. It may be hard at work to manifest your goals right now because it's almost like there's a blockage of either you're stuck on somebody's stuck on an idea of like a certain way that things have to be or a certain way that things are going to work, and it's almost like outdated thinking. So it's either somebody needs to be more flexible. This could be like a boss or something where you're trying to like explain to them a better way of doing things and they're not being flexible with you. It's like if that's the situation, then you need to like either accept it or find a way to allow things to be so that it's like things will unfold naturally is the energy here. You can't spend too much time thinking about it because you're putting energy into the wrong thing. Instead, you should be like thinking about your next step, your progress, your plans going forward. It's almost like but even you make time for that, but this is even telling me like not even that. You just need to be. You just need to accept the now and experience the now. Like it's almost like learning how to be just in your body and experiencing it and being okay with it is the energy. This card's just flipped, so I wanted to tell you now what's at the top of the deck. It says start fresh. So the wind blew, and now you have start fresh at the bottom of the deck. So with chickweed. So I think that's the message in itself, is like something's about to start over for you that's going to allow like more things to come in that you want. And if you spend more time like focused on what's to come and the blessings that are, promised, it looks like you will be a lot happier and in a better mindset to allow these things in. Because if you focus too much on like maybe something that didn't go your way or something that happened that may have like caused pain or heartache, you're putting too much energy into something you can't change. I almost feel like I'm putting too much energy into it by talking about it right now, which is like the whole point. So Capricorn is here with the boss. I do feel like this is a work situation. You have 12th house here with spirituality and art. So I will look into your 12th house sign. That's the characteristics that you're going to have right now with the 12th house. Aries is giving me Pisces energy, and I feel like that's not knowing which direction to go. I would look into your astro chart. Let me know if you need help with that, because I can definitely assist you with that. But it's also saying that lessons and limits are here. Saturn is here, and that's Capricorn energy. With the boss, right? Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy. So this is telling me too, I wonder how old you are if you're coming into like a Saturn return, because that's that kind of energy too, where it's like every 29, 30 years or so, we reach different stages in life. And with the Capricorn return, it's like you're going to become a different person. Like you're no longer, it's not like a child, and that's part of this too. I didn't get into like the inner child healing, but it's like you have to recapture certain aspects of your childhood by mending or healing the inner child within self, right? And you do that by nurturing yourself. You do that by showing yourself compassion. It's almost like you become the parent of that child that you like you raise yourself. So you become like your own parent basically, or you raise yourself or treat yourself as if you were that same child that would have wanted to buy themselves something or would have wanted to go certain places. Now you do that for yourself, and you do that because you're taking care of that child that still has the imagination and the wonder to still want to do things or still want to be. So it's like giving life to the person that you are and acknowledging that like there's more that you can do, be, offer, and love about yourself. And it's all like discovery of self when it really comes down to it. We just see things in others, and it's easier to see outside of yourself. But again, that feels like a lot more that we'd have to go into to get really into the inner child healing. But that's also like a part of the senses. Like when you talk about spirituality and like the completeness, you're looking at your divine masculine, your divine feminine, your higher self, your lower self or your shadow, and then the inner child. That's full spirituality. That's being in full connection with self. And it's like those are all different aspects of self. Your masculine energy handles things differently than your feminine energy does. Your masculine energy steps up at different times than your feminine energy does. Your inner child is always there. And I feel like as we grow, we learn to identify those different parts of ourselves and understand them and learn how to evolve through them, because it's a journey, and that's the thing about it too. I also wanted to point out on this card too, with let the magic end. That's the journey. That's the like spiritual journey of self that you go on to really like test your boundaries, test your limits, learn about your DNA, your ancestry, spend time in nature, connecting, grounding yourself with the earth. I went to Sedona, and I felt the heartbeat of the earth. There's different vortexes and different spaces in that area, but like, I don't know, it's like you can really have a lot of inner and outer body experiences and start to view things differently. That was another thing I wanted to do for you too, was give you a view of where I'm at. And I don't know if that's a message too, is for you to travel. I don't know if you have a trip planned, but I just felt the need to show you this as well. But there's something important about getting back to self, and like how you plan things to be. Even like as a child, when you had all your creativity before people told you no, or before you were afraid, there's something to that. Gotcha. Alright, so let's see what the tarot is saying. And this is just to clarify the spread. So we have 8 of Cups here. So this is telling me that you want to leave something. This is walking away. The energy with that is, I wonder if you want to leave your job, but it's giving me like wanting to walk away from something to be more emotionally fulfilled. I feel like you have like either a dictator or somebody, like it feels like they're in a position to like tell you what to do, and that energy you're kind of wanting to run away from. So again, this is coming down to control for me. This is the person I was talking about, the dictator or whatever. It's coming down to a sense of like having control over self, like sovereignty. Yeah, with the King of Swords. So you want to make a smart or a wise decision, and it may take time to sit down. 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, or 7 of Pentacles, excuse me. It's funny I say swords. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is talking about long-term investments. So you want to make a wise decision because it's affecting your long-term stability, from what I see here. And I feel like if you go towards what fulfills you emotionally, you can't go wrong. But the thing is about this, you're trying to be logical, and your reading is more so talking about the spiritual side of things. Like if you took a step on faith, you would have more abundance. If you allowed things to happen naturally and to flow, you don't have to work so hard, is the energy. You need to allow things just to be. And I feel like it's almost like you're almost doing too much work, or you're doing somebody else's job, is what I'm feeling. Or you're taking on too many jobs. Like I feel like you wear multiple hats, and it's like becoming like hard to focus even on a particular thing. I feel like so it's like if you focus a lot on work, the home is suffering. If you focus too much on the house, you know, your finances suffer. It's like that kind of energy where you need balance. Things have to balance. 7 of Wands is here, so that's 2 sevens. Sorry, with these nails I cannot pick up a single thing. 7 of Wands. So this is about being protected, like feeling like you're coming out of a situation where you were either like acknowledged for something really good. This could be work situation again. So you might have recently gotten a promotion or something where you were acknowledged for the hard work that you've done, either in a relationship too, where it's like you've had those kind of conversations where maybe you spoke about how you felt unfulfilled in certain aspects, and then like now you're trying to protect or defend those same ideas, but this is like needing to take action on something. So I would just say that what this message is calling on is, if you feel like you are in a place where you want to leave something, before you take action, yeah, I would say stop thinking about the past. Because you're going to keep repeating this cycle. I feel like you get to a certain spot and then all of a sudden you just like jump ship. Like legit just leave. You don't want to be there anymore. You cut ties. Something very abrupt happens here, and then you have to go back and almost like explain yourself, or like, I don't know, take action to like rebuild is the energy I'm getting here. And it's almost like, why focus so much energy on something that you didn't want in the beginning? I don't know what this is about, but that's the energy I'm getting. And if that's the situation, it's like, let's see. Queen of Swords. That's a lot of swords. And she's asking too. Somebody feels like they're in a position, I'm getting this so strongly, to tell you what to do. This is giving me Tower energy. I want to say that's the Tower. Something shocking is about to happen. And we still have Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is looking back on the past. That's the energy, like memories of love. I get dealing with an ex, like still searching for something shocking is about to take place. And then we have a pair here. So the divine masculine and feminine, with 10 of Swords. So this is dropping a burden, feeling stabbed in the back. New beginning. The Fool card is flipped over here. Still Six of Swords at the bottom of or Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I don't know if you're going through this right now, or I don't know if this is going to happen in the future. I was trying to focus on future energy, but it seems like it all keeps going back to the past. You really have to work through healing something here, because your new beginnings are always going to be sidetracked by how people treated you in the past. And it's like you have shocking events or shocking things that happen, and it shouldn't be that shocking to you at this point. I almost get like, if you see things coming, why do you allow them to happen? Why do you have to wait till it happens to be like, oh, damn, I knew better? That's the energy I'm getting here. And it's almost like if somebody else is mirroring this also too, like if you're feeling this in a relationship, you guys are both needing to, I don't know if it's take time like apart, spend time working on self. It's like a lot of, I almost want to say too much thought but not enough communication is here, because there's a cut in something. There's like something's disconnected here. So I don't know what the disconnect is when this card flips over. Queen of Swords. Is it your attractiveness? Is it something that you're attracting, or someone else that you're attracted to? That could be the issue as well. You could be really attractive to a lot of people right now, and I feel like you need to use that to your advantage, especially when it comes to work. I don't really remember exactly what you do for work, but I'm getting the sense of like, if you, it's about to be, it's your season, it's your happy birthday too, by the way. It's definitely your season, it's your time. So I feel like this is a year for shining. It's a year for like really coming into acknowledging self and doing what makes you feel good. I feel like the moment maybe you start doing it, things will happen accordingly, and you'll see it in your relationships. You'll see it, at work. You'll see it where you're able to go out and venture and do more leisurely things. Right now, I feel like you're either really tied down with a certain thought or concept that isn't allowing you to grow. So figure out what that is. Figure out what needs mending. Figure out what your inner sacrum is looking like. Figure out how to balance all of it, because I know that's a thing too. But I feel like with lessons and stuff being here, you are going through a structural change, and it's something that's going to shake your foundation. or a foundation that you thought you had, but it's honestly built on something false. So the need to start over, it's a new year, you know, you're coming into, it's a new season as well, you know, a new lunar year. So sorry, that was a lot to say. I just feel like be patient with yourself, be kind, be gentle. Remember that you're human. Remember that you're, you know, a ball of light as well and full of love. And show yourself that love and kindness. And you can't go wrong with that energy. So I love you and thank you for getting a reading. And as always, reach out to me. Let me know if any of this applied, if you have any questions about anything. And I'll be in touch. Take care.